Her dream was to cross the Mediterranean. She escaped oppression in Eritrea, but once she reached neighboring Sudan, Rahwa says the men who promised to help her cross the sea turned on her. They held her captive and started demanding ransom from her family.
For 10 days they beat us, day and night. My mother said she had no money to pay them. My parents had no work, so I left school. If you leave school in Eritrea, they conscribe you to the military. I don't want to be part of the military, so I came to Sudan. I want to go to Canada.
Rahwa is one of the hundreds of thousands of Eritreans who left the country over the last few years. Many chose the smuggling route to Sudan. Johanna says she too was abused, in more ways than one.
In the night they wake up and they said sleep with us. From all of 1, 2, 3 girls, and they said sleep with them.
The girls, as well as dozens of other migrants, are kept in this center run by the Sudanese government refugee agency. Here, they tell their stories of abuse in Eritrea, where the UN says there is systemic, widespread and gross human rights violations, so they can be considered as refugees.
They strike deals with smugglers to bring them to Sudan or to take them through Sudan to Libya. 80% of those who come in are smuggled here. We get more than 230 Eritreans coming to us per month.
The desperation of the migrants isn't the only thing that makes them easy prey for traffickers. The borders here are unclear. There is no way to be certain where one country ends and the other begins. Official crossing points between Sudan and Eritrea exist, but for the rest of the border, a patrol is needed. A joint force from the Sudanese military, police, and national security patrols the border. But covering a distance of more than 400 miles is not easy, and that's just the Sudan-Eritrea border. And because the patrols pass by infrequently, crossing from one country to another undetected is relatively simple. Analysts say fixing the border would reduce the number of traffickers.
For a country like Sudan, which already have its own problems and have economic problems, it's too difficult for them to guard these borders. They can add more troops, they can bring equipment, the immigrations, and the human trafficking now, it is not a Sudanese or Eritrean issues. It's a global issue.
Rahwa and Johanna went looking for a better life. What they found was a route full of danger and uncertainty. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Kassala, Sudan.